Midwestern Cowboy, this is Iron Horse. Thanks for watching. I've got a bit of a special treat today. One of my buddies at work rides a Harley Davidson Street, and we've been talking a lot about this Kawasaki Versys. And I'm not too sure that maybe I haven't convinced him or he's convinced himself to become a convert to the Kawasaki Versys. He's also been looking at the BMWs, but he really has his eyes on the Versys. And so of course I said, hey, well, tell you what, why don't we, on our lunch break today, this happened earlier, I'm filming out of sequence, why don't we take both of them out for a spin and let me know what you think. So I videoed earlier today when my buddy was able to ride my motorcycle, get it out on the road and let her eat. And so I'll put a little bit of that video here of his first experience riding the Kawasaki Versys. Sounds good? Oh yeah, riding the Harley Davidson Street 750. I'm always impressed with the way these little bikes handle. Sounds great too. I've been on that tall bike for so long I feel like I'm all scrunched up. So does it all feel awkward to you?
It does right now, of course I'm used to that thing.
Yeah, and this feels awkward to me right now because I'm used to that thing. So it's always fun when you get on a new bike.
This one's comfortable. I like the way it sits.
Yep. Yeah, you do sit pretty upright. Man, I like the sound of this bike. It's been so long since I've had pipes. Good grief, this thing sure sounds nice. You know, it's interesting. You say, hey, who would I trust to drive my motorcycle? You know, who would I ever, you know, would I be willing to give somebody else a chance to take my bike out for a spin? Well, yeah, you know, most of us are a little bit nervous about that, I think. But he's a good rider, safe rider. He wants to get it out here where he can open it up a little bit and just kind of get a feel for it. Here he goes. Now he's going to lay into her a little bit here and see what she's got.
I like that.
You like it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were able to get her opened up a little bit there.
Yeah. I really like the way it turns too.
Yeah. As tall of a bike as it is, it handles well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I gotta say, this little 750 is a hoot to ride. It's a blast. It's fun. It's a little hot rod. And man, I haven't ridden a hot rod bike for a while, ever since I sold my Sportster, and it was blacked out too, just like this one. I think this is a cool bike, and I think my buddy here really liked. He liked it when he could get out there and open her up a little bit. And I'm really interested to hear what he has to say about what he thinks about the way that the Versys rides. He's thinking about buying one. I think I said that earlier. And man, I would sure recommend it. Man, I tell you, especially for us older guys, as we age, I like this Harley that I'm riding. It's his Harley. It's a fun bike. It's a cool bike. But it isn't a very practical bike, and the Versys is. You can ride it, and will ride it, and that's what he's talking about. He rides the interstate back and forth to work all the time, and I can just see riding this thing down the interstate, man, your ears would be ringing. Oh yeah, I like this bike.
A little loud.
It is. It makes me feel like a kid again. This is maybe more of an old man bike, I don't know.
That's what my wife says.
Yeah? Is that what she says? Yeah, man, I like your loud pipes. That was like a little bit of a throwback to the fun days.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. That was a lot of
Well,
fun.
you bet. Are you sold?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely have.
Good. But what a day today. It was really neat to see my good friend that I work with jump on my bike and take it out for a spin. And he was sold on it. I got the biggest kick out of him when we got back into the parking lot at work, and I was just trying to quiz him a little bit about what he thought. And he just, I could see it in his eyes. He had that twinkle in his eyes that tells me he was hooked. You know, normally you're kind of careful with who you'll let ride your motorcycle, but hey, he did a great job, and I was proud of him. And again, I think maybe he's motivated on this bike, as I was. I also left, you know, riding a kind of a cool, tough, bad Harley Davidson that really wasn't practical. It was cool, just like his street was. Man, that was a cool bike. Blacked out and the loud pipes. I loved that. I loved having pipes again. That the hot rodder in me just came right out, kind of the wild man. But then I looked over, you know, at my friend on my bike, and I thought, man, he looks comfortable. And he was. And then when we're going down the road, you know, the wind was blasting me, and I had to put my visor down after riding around on this bike with the windshield of the visor up, getting some air. Had to close my visor, and it just wasn't very comfortable. And I knew too. I thought, yeah, I've made really, for me, the best choice in a practical motorcycle like this Kawasaki Versys. And it sounds like now he's motivated. He was telling me, and I think I captured this on video, maybe I didn't. He's got his eye on a couple of them that are for sale in southern Indiana. They're LT models. That's what he's after now. I think I've convinced him of that with the storage space on this. And man, I tell you, it may not be just a matter of time that I'll have another friend that I can ride around with on our Versys. I don't know, again, is that the plural? Who knows? Midwestern cowboy out here today preaching the gospel of the Kawasaki Versys and making converts out of Harley Davidson riders. Well, hey, again, thanks for watching.